Hey, it's your boy Coop from the Spoken Metal Show, and finally we get to sit down with Novacrow because they have a new album out.
Yeah!
So we're gonna start recording guitars in maybe, I don't know, in a month or two, as soon as we get the drums done. In anticipation, I have to be setting up Kitty's guitar, and then I got John's guitar over there over the bed. Hopefully all these instruments will sound fan-fucking-tastic after I'm done with them, and if not, then shit.
Okay, we tell me when. Good?
Yeah.
So, Novacrow.
Yay!
Kitty.
It's me.
John from Novacrow.
It is.
It is, as I sit and breathe, like, yeah. Federico, my
Mark.
friend. Let's
Hello.
look. We can have one moment here now where we take a little bit of a deep breath. Okay.
That's hard to differentiate. When did you say this?
On the one.
I get it, girl.
Ready?
Yes.
This new album, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Why an album and why now?
So, literally before COVID, we were like, we should take some time out and get an album together and, you know, really put our heart and souls into it.
We were touring like loads the past few years, and it was just like, if we're gonna do an album, let's just pull the brakes and just get in the studio and get on it. And then COVID happened, which kind of gave us more time to work on the songs, as I'm sure it did the same for like 20,000 other bands.
I mean, it's been years in the making now. We've released a couple of EPs before this, but this is the big one. This is the one that a lot of love's gone into, and I'm really excited to release it because I think it's so top quality.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna try it again because I kept like a split second kept like, oh no, it's there.
Right, okay. You wanna do it again?
Yeah.
It's been great expanding to a full-length album because there's so much more in there. There's so many different chances to like experiment and bring out all of the different random genres that we fancy.
I think it's something we've always wanted to do. We started off with the EPs, but there's something really nice about having a full-length album. You're taken for a journey, essentially. Like, for me, EPs are great, but they always feel a bit too short, you know, like, you always left wanting more from the artist. So having to actually create something like a full-length album, for me, it felt like the next logical step, and it's something that it can like showcase everything about us, you know.
Perfect.
So we were supposed to ideally be recording drums sometime around this period, and we got everything sorted out with our other session drummer. Start recording soon. We were just supposed to meet once just to go over the tracks and make sure everything was fine before hitting a room and recording and everything. But then Liverpool's been on, what is it, tier 69 or whatever number it is, lockdown for, I don't know, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks now. And looks like it's not ending anytime soon. So everything's gonna be pushed back a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit of a bitch, this whole lockdown situation, but you know, we're doing what we can. I think this whole album is gonna be fucking awesome when it's finished.
This has
Wow.
got to be perfect territory for Novacrow, because you know, you're a DIY band. You've a history of doing things yourself, self-producing everything from artwork to videos. You are a massive part of this then, you know, self-producing essentially.
Yeah.
You know, and recording, what have you. Did you have an idea before you went in of what you wanted to do then?
Oh yeah, like I get obsessive about this shit. So like for months, even when we were just thinking about doing the album, I was already thinking ahead of like planning in my head, like, okay, how can I get all the gear? Do I have the gear? What do I need that's left? Who can I get to drum? Where can we record it? You know, and all depends on like our budget and whatnot. So I was obsessed with it until last month when we actually finished it.
So travel restrictions have now been officially lifted in Liverpool, and we are legally allowed to hit the studio soon and record. So I'm meeting our drummer today for the first time to see how he plays the songs and to, you know, do any nitpicking and fine-tuning of his parts, and then we're gonna be good to fucking go, which is exciting. Finally.
All my dreams always trying to kill me.
Haven't slept in days. When do you say to rest my eyes?
You can see where this isn't going to be a cataclysmic surprise to people who've already been into Novacrow. You know, they'll have seen this. We've seen hints of this with Syrup and Mastermind. We've seen where this is going. This is just the big reveal of everything now. This album's bigger in scope, right?
Oh, definitely. We try to make it so that almost like every song sounds very different to each other. It's a big eclectic mix.
We've all got really eclectic music tastes.
One take. It.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm always thinking like, oh, you know, I'd love to do this and that. I'm sure I could do this if I tried, blah blah. Whereas with this, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give it 50% and see what works, see what doesn't. Play around with as much shit as I can.
It's like a wild ride, you know. We listen to one song to the next.
I'd rather it be like, oh look, we've thrown a load of instruments down the stairs. I love it. Let's put that.
And I got some friends playing like bongos and djembes on one track. I got a friend playing cello on one track. We got Joe from Oceana's.
Show no end for sunrise. There's no one left to fight. The point of no return. Is it too late to die?
We did this weird like gang vocal session for a few of the songs.
Not again! It's everywhere! It's all over record!
Again, I wrote brass sections and got a friend to help me record like MIDI brass sections for it.
This isn't you doing super serious, it's just showing a few more shades of that colour that you've already started to establish. You know, so are you writing this then, and these have been a long time in the writing as well?
Well, in terms of like creativity, all that goes to Kid and Freddy. They like are the creative masterminds behind this album. Oh, I'm more the pretty face.
All together now! Oh, fuck, wrong thing.
I'm sweaty now, Jesus. Forgot the sweats. Novacrow's the best pen in the world.
As you can see, I just got the room set up. All the mics down for the most part. You know, a bit of sound treatment. Whoop, shit, phone fell. I mean camera fell, because we're professionals. Yeah. And boom, bitch. Got some ambience, got Danny DeVito. Special thanks to Kobe, Johnny, Tom, and Ollie of White Eyed Boy for lending this awesome room for us to record drums in. Just gotta pick up Stu now and get his kit set up. The first song we wrote together for this kind of was Play My Game, which was a song I initially wrote for a hilarious musical that no one should ever listen to ever. And then we just completely rearranged the song together. That was done before we even were thinking about doing an album.
It's been a real pleasure to like watch them work and put this together, because it has been upwards of 2 years in the making now.
But then the idea initially, like, you know, years ago, was to just start writing things a little bit here and there. Play My Game was the first one, and then when it came down to actually deciding to write a whole album, we were like, okay, let's start writing everything now together as a more collaborative effort.
Naturally, some songs take longer than others. Some first go round, you've made something that everybody loves and it's like, oh my god, that just suddenly worked. Others are hard and they take a bit more care and a bit more attention, a bit more love.
So it goes. Yeah.
Now I need a beating heart. How do I get it?
Back to straight. Now.
In the final stages of creation, anatomical reanimation.
was the last time you played a show? 2019, something like that?
No, it was about 6 months ago.
Right.
But we only did the one show, which is crazy.
Before that then? Was there many shows before that then?
We were steadily gigging throughout 2019 and backwards.
Right.
And then just COVID happened and it was like, well, burn the calendar. That's that done.
Have you tried any of these songs out live before then?
Yeah, we've actually only done one gig where we've like done a run of these songs. So we did trial a few just to see, you know, how it felt live, how like chemistry went. Sure. I mean, for me, it went down really well. We had a lot of good feedback as well because we had a lot of fans at the show who have seen us several times, and it was the first time for them hearing new songs.
Doing the one show with all new tracks, they all went down really well. It was so much fun. I just love performing. I get such a kick out of just being a weirdo and prancing around and making people feel uncomfortable and comfortable at the same time.
We love to just present a show that is fun. That's the thing, we want people to have fun. We want people to just be comfortable in themselves, to go to a show and be like, you know what, this is fun and stupid. I feel like I can just relax.
So when you're writing this now and you think, I'm sure there's one eye on most of this being played in a live context as well.
Oh, definitely. It's like, from our past like EPs, we tend to lean quite heavily into the fun side of things. You know, especially on stage shows, we're quite wacky and just, you know, don't give a shit, you know, just like jumping around.
It's stagecraft and showmanship. Yeah. It's missing from some bands' thing. They don't have that, like, the spectacle, you know, and things that, you know, people want to see. And that there's an enormous amount of songs on here that lend themselves to a live forum. Was that the thought process, or was it a happy accident?
When I need to produce the songs, I kind of focus on them as much as possible on their own merit. My goal when I'm mixing the songs, I'm editing everything, is just to make it sound awesome. I'm not really thinking about the future. Like, there's two of these songs with full brass section. I was like, I want to write brass section for these songs so fucking much. There's no way we're gonna ever get a full brass section live, and maybe it might not work as well with the backing track. But that's tomorrow's problem. So in that sense, I know when I wrote these my parts for these songs, and it was never with the intention of like, these are gonna sound amazing live. It was just like, I just want to make awesome music. We'll worry about live afterward.
Probably for a lot of drummers, it's quite alien just doing like one-arm gorilla slamming. You used to, you know, something else, just literally bam.
Is that an actual term? Going gorilla on it?
It is now.
Yeah, because it's perfect. Fucking Donkey Kong this shit.
That's the thing that, ladies and gentlemen, and the people listening will get when they hear the album is that there is so many offshoots now you've done with this. So you've just opened up your sound massively with this album. I think that's what everybody will get.
We just want to avoid being pigeonholed. Like, I spent so long doing like music reviews before actually kicking off like a band myself, and so many were just restricted to we must be metal, we must be rock. God forbid you add in another instrument. Oh my god, I am outraged. And I think one of the great things with Novacrow is we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Well, you have and have done.
Medusa.
It's Medusa.
A big, massive part of this is to enjoy the journey, enjoy the songwriting process, enjoy the playing. So we don't want to restrict ourselves with anything really. We want to make sure we can do things how we want to do them, and like explore all avenues and not cut things off too early.
I have been wrong. I've had my punches and all empathy ripped right from me. Once there was love, no forgiveness for the no.
Talk about the latter stages of the album here, where these songs are the pretty heavyweight sort of things you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And because isn't that the real secret then, that you do something that's funny, ha ha ha, joking and everything, but do really kind of you sneak underneath.
Yeah.
And get the sort of the really
dead on the
sinister,
inside. Yeah, absolutely.
Dead on the inside.
No, it's showing more of our delicious caramel center.
Even when we write the serious ones, it's like, I know I came with it with the approach of I wanted to write and record something that I would enjoy listening to. Sometimes I love listening to just fun shit, and sometimes I want to listen to something a bit more, quote unquote serious. But at the end of the day, like we're passionate about the music, and we take that very seriously. But life itself is just one big cosmic joke. So how can you really sit here and be like, no, we're super serious artists. We're going to write about Frankenstein in the most, dramatic way possible. Nah, he's a sexy Frankenstein monster.
If everybody's always stoic all the time, it seems that you kind of miss the point sometimes of some things.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think being funny necessarily detracts from the value of something. Exactly, but likewise, we don't want to be too we don't want to be labeled as like a party band or whatever. We don't want to just be like, oh, we're so funny. It's it's a bit of a juggling act sometimes, trying to balance the two. But I definitely think, especially with this album, we've got that much more nailed down. The intention of we're funny, but there's also a bit more.
Oh my no, that wasn't the one.
I was born into a world afraid of me, shunned away with no grip on reality, feared and hated, legendary, infamous. I exist, the product of the cowardice.
Listening to the album now, can you distance yourself enough with your ears to listen to it objectively, or are you still at that stage where you're like, I've heard this song a billion times now? Is it good? I don't know. I think it is now.
No, I think it sounds really good. I think Freddie's done a fantastic job on all of the production, and it just sounds lovely. If anything, it's just been exciting hearing these go from like little demos into like beautiful butterflies.
Well, you can hear. Your voice is the best it's ever sounded on this record. There's no way anybody's going to say that. More than anything, it's because all your character comes through.
Balsa
Have you listened to the album back in full then? Have you had that moment where you can sit back and let it wash over you?
I still listen to it just regularly, but that's because I'm still like nitpicking shit that I shouldn't be. I think I need to stop listening to it now that it's done and then come back to it in a few months and be like, can I enjoy this as a thing? But now I'm like, every time I'm in the car, especially if I have a long trip, that's going to take me like an hour, I'm like, okay, now I can listen to it to make sure that the vibe works and I should have done this differently, blah, and you know, that's...
My dreams always trying to kill me.
That first round was really good. Oops.
Individual songs, what are the standouts for you then?
I love Hollow Armor. That's been a long time in the making. And I'm really, really happy with the way it sounds finally. Big fan of Hush, Not Your Mannequin. Love Medusa Medusa. Play My Game. Oh, just can't wait to play that regularly live. Oh, just an excuse for pure, over-the-top acting.
I really like, we got a track called, can we say track names? Or are we? Yeah. Medusa Medusa, I really like. You probably guessed from the title, it's about Medusa. It's such a fun song. A lot of our friends are actually in it doing some backing vocals. Another one for me is Frankenfine, because I do the vocals on that song. And it's the first one I've actually done like vocals for.
From just top of my head, It's Alive probably.
Yeah.
It's Alive and Medusa Medusa, but I think It's Alive is like production-wise, that one to me sounds one of the clearest, and it's just got such a fun vibe. But it's, you know, it's just a great song. From a selfish point of view as well. Like I put so much production-wise in that song. I crammed everything I could into it. And it somehow all works. How
humble of you to say somehow it works. I think you know exactly how it works, and it works good.
I don't. I'm too close to the songs. I don't know.
But no, I'm really happy with like the whole shebang.
For me, it almost feels like a fresh beginning, because it's an album where we're putting our tendrils into some new creative spots that we haven't done before. To expand into something bigger, something like bigger and better, more creative. Like it's less. I definitely don't see it as like a endpoint for stuff. It's more like we've just thrown open all the doors and we've got a whole world we can just explore with all this music.
Yeah. Good, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, it's your boy Coop from the Spoken Metal Show, and we're sitting down fine.
Down.
No, it's not. This is. Let me do another one. Hey, it's your boy Coop from the Spoken Metal Show, and finally we're sitting down with no fucking. What the?
I wish I had more shit to throw at you.
I wish I had more shit to throw back. Pop it now, like we know what we're doing. Yeah. Hey, it's your boy Coop from. Just. I am a serious podcaster.
Oh no, he's becking you. He's becking your ass.
This is. God. I am not wearing. Okay. Hey, it's your boy Coop from the. I'm going to say my podcast. It does look like. It gets in your eyes though. How does Kitty do it? Hey, it's your boy.